Alrighty then, welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco, just kicking off hour two here. And, I like to talk about the markets and just give you a brief update, what I think's happening out there. And I talked about it a little earlier in hour one before we got to Stephen Moore, former Trump economic advisor. And, I want to take a little time. First, of course, I want to thank all of you guys. Keep the feedback coming. I'm getting lots of notes. We're getting new viewers every day. Thank you. Keep it coming. I'm trying to at least stay on top of it and be responsive to the stuff you guys want to hear about and talk about. I continue to think that this market is in some serious trouble. And I want to spend 5 minutes here to talk to you about why I've taken certain steps in this time. And I've mentioned it many times before, but I like to sell short. So rather than buy a stock and hope it goes up, I find stocks that I think are really crappy and the price is too high and I think they're going to go down. Okay? So since March, when all this, I started to identify sectors where I thought there was going to be major problems in the long term for them. And I started to pick out individual stocks that had great exposure to that and sell short, which means you make money when they go down. And again, I'm not trying to tell you to do this, but you might want to learn a little more about it because it's a lot easier finding the ugly ones than the beauties. You know what I mean? There's only one glass slipper for all intents and purposes. But let's take a look, okay? Starting back in March when all this crap started hitting, I thought malls were going to have problems. I thought high-rise building owners were going to have problems. I thought brick-and-mortar retail was going to have problems. And I thought movie theaters were going to have a major problem. And all of that has been happening. So let's just take a look back. And I drew some lines where I started selling short these stocks and where they are today. So let's just do a little recap. First, Brookfield Asset Management, one of the tremendous real estate companies here, commercial real estate, high-rise. They own the Oculus and Freedom Tower and all this other stuff. In March, the shorting started at approximately $45, and you see that white line. Today it's 34, so it needs to come back 33% from here, which is a huge gain, just to get back to where it was pre-COVID. Next, Gap stores, GPS is the symbol. Gap was on the brink of bankruptcy a couple of times before COVID even came around. You see my chart, you see my line where I initiated a position at 16. Just before the show today, the stock was at 12.5. Again, needs another 3.5 points up, about 40% to the upside just to get back to even. Not good news. Alongside a Gap, Macy's, big brick and mortar retailer, not great at online stuff. And Macy's is on the brink, big lease obligations. And back in March, Macy's was, $16. Today it's $8. Today it's, $6.5. Need 150% upside from here just to get back to even. So bad news there. AMC, the movie theater chain. AMC, the movie chain. This stock short from 8. Today 4.25. Just about 100% move to the upside is needed just to get back to even where they were pre-COVID, so stay away from that one. And finally, Simon Property Group, one of the largest publicly owned operators of malls, indoor malls. And this is a whopper, man. I mean, you see back in March, the beginning of March, Simon Property Group was $125, and today it's 70. So another 55 points or 80% gain is what it needs just to get back to even. So you might want to take a little closer look at shorting stocks. If you want to learn a little more, you can always message me anytime you want at JT, Liquid Lunch TV. Take a quick break. Come back after this with Black by Popular Demand, Tisha Powell and Lisa Durden. Mix it up right after this.